Hey, everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country right here on Fish Creek Radio. Thanks for joining us. And my special guest tonight has got a brand new CD called Old Soul. And I'll tell you what, this is a musical journey if I've ever seen one. There's some fantastic songs that everybody that was born in this generation is going to be able to relate to. And they're going to know these songs and they're going to hear them in a very, very fresh light as only Kelly Lang could do them. Kelly, it's a pleasure to have you on the show tonight. How are you?
Well, thank you so much, Scott. I have really had such a blast recording this album, and I'm hoping that the listeners will be brought back to a safer and more fun time in their lives by listening to it.
Boy, we sure do need that right now, don't we?
We do.
Well, before we dive into this brand new project, just wanted to kind of catch up and see how you're doing. I know that you are a breast cancer survivor, and just wanted to see how you're doing and what's going on besides this new album in your life.
Oh, my goodness. I am 15-year breast cancer survivor, so if anybody is out there listening, this is not the end of your days. It's been a wonderful experience for me. I look at things much more appreciatively and more open and appreciate. I just look at everything with a brighter eyes, and I live more abundantly. And I just learned to look at it not as a death sentence, but as my life sentence. And attitude of gratitude can really get you through some dark days, and it did me.
Well, I think that's absolutely fabulous, and I'm so, so glad that things are going well for you. That's incredible,
Thank you.
Kelly. Yeah, absolutely. And just talking a little bit about your career prior, I know that your dad was Conway Twitty's road manager for some years. Is that right?
Yes, for 25 years. I had wonderful influences around me growing up, and Conway was no exception. I studied him and studied the ins and outs of the business part of it, and I got to learn, things behind the scenes that other people might not have ever had that opportunity to learn. And I just could not think of a plan B. That sounded like a great life plan for me, and I've never steered clear from that.
Yeah, that's great. And you recorded a beautiful tribute to Conway some years ago called Goodbye, Darlin'. Love that song.
Thank you. I wrote that after a dinner that I had with my now husband, T.G. Shepard. We were talking about our memories of Conway and how much we missed him and how I took him for granted. And, we do that with people we're around all the time. And that song just started flowing out. I wrote it on the side of an interstate, and I couldn't find a piece of paper or a pencil. So I wrote it on a napkin with a lip liner.
No kidding.
True. And I recorded it the next day as basically a gift for his children, and it ended up being, rather well known, especially for Conway fans.
Oh, absolutely. And a beautiful video to go with that. And we're going to play that song tonight, too. I think it's such a gorgeous song. And just
Oh, thank you.
always love Conway. He's one of my all-time favorites. And I never had a chance to meet him, but I saw him in concert a good many times. And boy, I'll tell you what, I've never heard another person put more power into their vocals than Conway Twitty did on stage.
He was so unique and such a nice guy. What you see on stage, he was very quiet generally. He didn't speak a whole lot, but he was quite spoken man in real life, and what a gentleman.
That's fantastic. Well, Kelly, you were a three-time Star Search winner back in the day, and I remember you seeing you on a lot of different programs on TNN, including, of course, Music City Tonight and Nashville Now, and the Ralph Emery Morning Show. So you've been doing this for a long time, and you've really honed your craft.
Oh, thank you so much. I think in the beginning I had more desire and, passion for it than I had talent, perhaps. But I never gave up. The determination has paid off, and I'm feeling like my vocals have matured quite a bit, especially with this particular album. I'm singing in a much deeper and more deeper register than anything, and I'm liking what I'm hearing more now than I once did. But we all grow, we all change, and this album will reflect all of that.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. And congratulations, by the way. You were just surprised on the Huckabee Show and inducted into the Oklahoma Country Music Hall of Fame. That's fabulous.
Can you believe that? I was in shock. I was so pleased with that, I can't tell you. My family thinks I'm something now.
Well, you certainly are. You're in the North American Country Music Association Hall of Fame as well. So that's
Yes, either one of those has just been, anytime you're working as long and as hard as I have on my musical career, when someone acknowledges you, especially from your peers, it is, it's just really humbling. I can't explain the thrill that is.
well, it is well deserved, and what a better couldn't have been a better place than the Huckabee Show to have that surprise. And I absolutely love Governor Huckabee and the show. And you and TG have been on there quite a bit, and I know you debuted your XOXO character on there. And
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we were just with him and his wife Janet at their home in Florida. He cooked us dinner, and we had dinner out on this back patio, and it was phenomenal. He's a great cook, even better cook than I would have ever thought. But it was a lovely night this past weekend, and he seems to be really enjoying his show there, and you can tell he's so good at that.
oh yeah, he's very very much at home, and it feels just like a almost a living room atmosphere, just a conversation. And I try to model my show after that too. I just love having a conversation and just talking rather than having that structured
Yeah.
interview thing.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're being interviewed. You're just having a talk with a friend, and that's the way you are too, Scott. I'm feeling the same vibe.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Well, this new album is called Old Soul. Folks, you can go to kellylang.net. That is the website. And it's available as of September 18th. And you can download it. You can get the CD. And Kelly, you've got some really cool, what I call bling items to go with this, too. Tell me a little bit about the different things you have to go with this album.
Well, of course we have the Old Soul T-shirt, and we've got some new coasters and coffee mugs, and we have these aluminum or tin plates. They're like 10 by 10. They're shiny. They look exactly like the CD cover, but they're easy to sign, and people use those as just a decorative piece. And of course, we've got 8 by 10s of different photos. And soon enough, we'll be getting some different items as well in there. But we have a brand new website at kellylang.net. And now, Scott, you can go and pre-order the digital download of the album, and the day September 18th will just pop right into your account, and we will be pre-ordering physical copies within the next week or so.
Well, that's fabulous.
All physical copies will be autographed too, so that's always a little fun bonus.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. One of the questions I wanted to ask you: there has been a big resurgence in vinyl in the last few years. Do you have any plans to put your album out on vinyl?
I had great intentions to put it on vinyl. As a matter of fact, I got down to the nitty-gritty of it, but I have chosen to put so many songs on this album, I couldn't stop recording. I actually, I had to take one of them off of it. And when I got down to the decision-making on that, the quality of the vinyl would have been compromised from the original recordings, and I probably would have had to have taken 2 or 3 songs off. And I just felt that would really change the value of the album for me, of the recorded CD. So I didn't feel like that was in my best interest. The next album, probably. I would record less songs and have the quality there. So make me sad, though, because I think this would be fun to have on vinyl.
Well, I was thinking of it because really of the nature of these songs. Most, if not all, these songs were on vinyl originally. I just thought how cool it would be to hear your versions on a record player.
Oh, I know. I was just sick about it. It would have compromised a great deal, and I'm a stickler for quality, and I don't want to leave anything off. My OCD would not be happy.
All right. Well, Kelly, your first single from this album, you've got a beautiful video for it, and it was originally done by the Cars in 1984, and Drive. Tell me why you chose this song and what kind of a special meaning it has for you.
It's really funny. I was looking at songs that I just hear in the grocery store or when I'm getting my nails done that people tend to still, relate to and revert back to. And the song Drive just kept playing everywhere I was going. It was driving me crazy, literally. And so I just done maybe 5 or 6 of the songs that I grew up with or my parents played around the house or whatever. But this song brought me back to high school, brought me back to just a fun time in my life. And I kept hearing it over, and I thought, okay, you know what? If I'm it's like a sign. You know, if I'm hearing this everywhere I'm going, maybe it's time to try this. And TG was super excited about it. That's one of his all-time favorite songs. And it was just easy to put on there, and it seemed to have flowed really fun on the album. As the first single, it was the first song on the album. And I don't know, I actually physically made that lyric video myself. I was learning to do that.
Oh, wow.
And it turned out really cool, I thought.
That's incredible. I know you've had a lot of hits on that video so far, and we're going to put that on our Facebook page too, so folks can watch it. And that's fabulous. You know, in this day and age, with all the technology we have, it's amazing what we could do ourselves, and we're not so reliant on major record labels and all the big powers that be anymore. You know, like it used to be.
Well, this album has really been a challenge for me in a unique way. I've had much more time, you know, obviously being at home, to delve into things that I've always admired with other people, doing videos or doing, you know, track-by-track videos and stuff. I've been able to do a lot of actual work myself and learning as I'm going. So when you see an interview on Facebook of my asking questions, you know, of myself, I'm actually the one that's doing the editing behind the scenes on those too. You know, I'm helping along with the producers of things, but I am loving that side of the music industry. It's not just the music for me. I love the theatrics behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and it's another way to really connect very closely with your fans. It's an up close and personal thing, and it's a whole new world with that. We didn't have that even 10 years ago, and it's, to me, as a fan, not just as a disc jockey, but as a fan, to be able to sit, you know, in my home and come into your home and listen to you and watch you and interact, and I think it's just amazing.
Well, you can share too much or you can share not enough, but the way I look at it, if someone might not be familiar with my music or myself, the Facebook videos that I've been able to be putting up, there's questions and answers of things that people might not even know about me, that they'll get to know me a little bit more, and perhaps that would inspire them to listen to the music differently. So I've just enjoyed that part of it. It's a more personalized album than anything I've ever done before.
Fabulous. Fabulous. And we're going to put your Facebook information on there too. And I encourage folks to like the page and follow along. And we're going to go ahead and play that new single, Drive, right now. This is off of Kelly Lang's brand new CD. It's called Old Soul. KellyLang.net is the website, and you can get this. It's available everywhere September the 18th. And we're going to come back. We're going to play this album in its entirety today. We're going to talk to Kelly about every single track. So stay with us as we continue.
Who's gonna tell you when it's too late? Who's gonna tell you things aren't so great? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Who's gonna pick you up when you fall? Who's gonna hang it up when you call? Who's gonna pay attention to your dreams? Who's gonna plug the ears when you scream? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Oh no. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? nothing's wrong. Oh no, who's gonna drive you home tonight? Oh, well, you can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. No, who's gonna drive you home tonight?
All right, that is a brand new single, and the video we have on our Facebook page you can watch. It's Drive from Miss Kelly Lang, and it's such a pleasure to have you on the show today, Kelly.
Well, thank you. You're awesome.
Well, you've got some great soul music on here too. I am a big fan of Motown. I'm a big fan of R&B music, and one of the greatest to ever come down the pike was Mr. Al Green, and you have got a stellar version of Let's Stay Together.
Oh, thank you. That song makes me smile. Every time I perform it, just people love to sing along with it, and I don't know, it just brings me back to a great time.
Absolutely. And I should tell folks, normally I am a country music show, and but today we are playing some different types of music. But I'll tell you what, and this is great material, and I'm very happy to play it for my listeners today because I think everybody's going to enjoy this album, whether you like country or R&B or whatever it is that you like. I think you're going to gravitate toward this. And Kelly, I've noticed something as I've listened and looked through these songs on this album. Every single song has a message, it has a meaning, and there's something there. And I'm sure that in your selection process, that every single song here comes from your heart.
It really does. It's, that the song "Let's Stay Together," for instance. It just puts people in a good mood. Like I said, the next song on the album is maybe it brought me back to when I was a little kid roller skating around my carport when I was a kid, thinking I was Gladys Knight or something. And my mom was really great to play different genres of music for me, and I learned a lot about R&B and a lot about country, obviously being around Conway. And, my husband is T.G. Shepherd, and he was around Elvis a lot. And he made a great observation for me the other day, because I was questioning why should this country singer sing these R&B or soul songs and think she can get by with that. But he gently reminded me that Elvis sang all types of songs, and mostly cover songs. And, people like to hear a new, fresh version of something that they might have had earlier in their life. And so it gave me encouragement to continue with this process, because it truly is, the whole CD is from my heart.
Absolutely. You mentioned Gladys Knight and the Pips, too. You've got a fabulous version of I've Got to Use My Imagination.
Thank you. I love that song.
How did you choose that? I mean, Gladys Knight had so many great songs. What was special about this one for you?
Well, in the past, I've recorded Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, and Neither One of Us Want to Be the First to Say Goodbye. But I needed an up-tempo for this particular album, and the horns of that song, they just, are so massive. And I have great horn players here in Nashville, and I called them. I said, "Is this possible? Can you guys come and, and do this?" It does bring me back to a time when I was roller skating around my mom's carport, and she would have this song playing, and it felt so powerful, So I thought, one day, if I ever get an opportunity with the horn players to put that on an album, here it is, So it's worked out really, really well. It's a fun song.
Oh, absolutely it is. Well, we're going to take a little break and play those two songs, Let's Stay Together and I've Got to Use My Imagination. This is from Kelly Lang's brand new CD, Old Soul, available at kellylang.net. Take a listen to these, folks. We'll be back to talk to Kelly some more.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you wanna do is alright with me. so brand new, and I want to spend my life with you. They say since, oh baby, since we've been together, I'll loving you forever is what I need. Let me be the one you come running to, 'cause I'll never be untrue. Hey baby, let's stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Why, somebody tell me, why do people break up? Oh, turn around and make up. I just can't see, 'cause you never do that to me. What you, baby, staying around you is all I see. Hey baby, let's stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Let's stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, happy or sad, good or bad, happy or sad. Let's stay together. I've really got to use my imagination to think of good reasons to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I've got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day, I woke up and found that you were gone. Darkness all around me, blacking out the sun. Friends call me, but I just don't feel like talking to anyone. Emptiness has found me, and it just won't let me go. Go right on living, but why I just don't know. Yes, I am. Staring down reality. No, don't do me no good. 'Cause our misunderstanding is too well understood. Such a sad, sad season when a good love dies, not a day goes by when I don't realize, yeah, I've really got to use my imagination to think of good reasons, keep on keeping on. Yeah, I've got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day I woke up and found that you were gone. Got to make the best of a bad situation to think of good reasons, keep on keeping on. Yeah, I've got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day I woke up and found that you were gone. Ever since that day I woke up and found that you were gone. I really got to use my imagination. Yes, I am.
All right, that's brand new music from Kelly Lang as we visit with her about her new album, Old Soul, today. Kelly, man, I'll tell you what, you have got such a powerhouse voice, and these songs fit you so well. And one of the things that I think is going to happen with this project is you're going to introduce these songs to a whole new generation in a whole new way. And I think they are going to become classics in their own right.
Well, thank you so much. You know, it's interesting you say that. The song Cuando, Cuando, Cuando is an old song that Engelbert Humperdinck had out when I was a little girl. And like I said, my mom always played different types of songs throughout the house. And just 2 days ago, I had the most beautiful surprise regarding that song. A little 12-year-old boy with special needs, his mother realized that I had just recorded that song. She saw the set list and asked if when this CD comes out, if I could please let her son hear that song. But I gave it to him early. I sent him an early version of it because I just thought that was so special that this 12-year-old boy loved such an old song and sung it, all the time. So she said he's getting a little rowdy during COVID and wasn't able to pay much attention. But I called him, I FaceTimed him, and I sang that song with him. And it calmed him down instantly. It just almost was like, you could see the stress come from his face and as he sang that song with me. And I thought, you know what? It doesn't matter how old a song is or what genre a song is. If it touches anyone's heart, especially a child with special needs like that, I've done my job,
Absolutely.
And I'm just so thrilled to be able to make any kind of difference in even one life, specifically this little boy named Trey.
I think that's wonderful, and that's one of the magical things about music. It's such a healer. It's such a positive thing. Even sad songs can be positive, and if you're down in the dumps, and sometimes a sad song you hear it, and it's like, okay, somebody relates to me, and it makes you feel better. I mean, that kind of sounds kind of odd, but you know what I'm saying,
No, I get it. I love sad songs. I get it.
Well, that's a great story. I can't believe that. That's just incredible, man.
Oh, it just was shocking. His mom was like, I haven't seen him this calm in weeks.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you and TG sound so beautiful together, and of course, you have the iconic duets CD that's available too on your website, and I think it's just the greatest thing. You guys just recently had an anniversary, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
But I think it's so wonderful that a married couple can share music together. You're not just, he goes on the road and you're staying at home. It's like you have this special bond together, and it's something else that you can share in addition to all the regular life things that married couples share. What a wonderful thing.
What's really special is that, some couples that maybe sing together, that's all that they do. But TG and I have our own careers. You know, he had 21 number one hits, and I've written, you know, a lot of songs for different people, so I have a totally different career than he does. So when we do sing together, it is such a gift for us to be able to blend like that, because it's not, we don't get the chance to sing together very often. You'd think we would, but and I've heard other couples say that they might butt heads or disagree on the type of songs they want to sing together, but we just don't. You know, it's just a gift that we are able to give one another when we get to perform together. Matter of fact, our last show was in Texas on the 12th of March, and I'm so grateful. If we were never able to perform ever again, I'm so grateful that was our show together that we were able to do.
Well, I certainly hope that we can get everybody back out on the road and get the shows going again, because it sure has taken a toll on the entertainment industry. There's no doubt about that. Man,
everything we had on the books was canceled or postponed, but it's taken the wind out of everyone. You know, we're not alone.
But on the plus side of that, it gave you the time to really put this album together, and it shows. It's not just something that was thrown together. I can tell that every single song on here there was so much effort put into it, not only with the production, but with the thought behind the song. And one of the things that I always recommend to my listeners, we live in this world of downloading songs here and there and whatever, but I think this is one of those albums that you should get the whole entire album and listen to it from start to finish, because there are so many things, emotions you will go through as you listen to it, and I think the message is lost if you don't listen to the entire album.
Well, thank you so much. I had a nice word said about this the other day. My friend was going through a real hectic day, actually a hectic week, and really struggling with the blues, and she said that each time she put my album on, it calmed her. It just in its entirety, just playing in the background, it just calmed her. And I was really moved by that, because, there's up tempo, there's slow, there's mid tempo, and I thought, how could this calm you? She said, just the musicianship and the way the songs are laced together, and the vibe of the whole album it has a relaxing mood to it. So hopefully your listeners will feel the same.
Oh, I think so too. Absolutely. One of the great songs of all time. You've got some really powerhouse, signature songs on here too, and one of those, Jackie Wilson, I think was one of the best R&B singers that ever came down the pike. My gosh, Lonely Teardrops, so many great songs, but Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher. This is such an iconic song.
I love this song. Another one that makes me very happy. When I was growing up, Jackie's was not the version that I heard all the time. It was Rita Coolidge.
Oh, yeah.
And so I took it from my personal childhood memory with Rita's version, and then kind of made it my own. In any of these songs that sound R&B or soul, I have a country twang that I can't help.
Yeah.
So you hear country in this as well. There's a little bit for everyone there.
Well, one of the artists that you've covered on here, the Commodores and Lionel Richie, of course. Lionel was very involved in country music. He worked a lot with Kenny Rogers, and I know Barry Gibb did also, and I know you're good friends with him. And yes. Easy Like Summer Rain. This is such a beautiful song. Again, another one of those just iconic songs, and I think there's a familiarity there with people that grew up in this time period and are hearing this song again.
It's really funny. I sang that on the digital version from Huckabee Show the other night, and you can see that video of Easy on Facebook and YouTube as well. And luckily, I am friends with Lionel and his girlfriend Lisa, and I was nervous, but I wanted him to see the version that we had done, so I sent it to him, and they were excited to see it and so complimentary. And that's the fun payoff, when the people that have written the songs or performed them prior to you, you get a chance to share your versions with them. It's terrifying, albeit, but it's rather cool to be able to reach out and go, "Hey, Lionel, what do you think about this?" And of course, what's he going to say? It's terrible, or But it was a fun thing to be able to do that.
And he wrote that song too, right?
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. Man, that's great. Well, we're going to take a little break. Let's play those songs that we just talked about. I'm looking forward to getting all these songs on the air for my listeners tonight. Folks, the new album is Kelly Lang, Old Soul. KellyLang.net is the website. And we're going to play these great songs and come back to talk to Kelly some more. Stay with us.
Tell me, when will you be mine? Tell me quando, quando, quando we can share a love divine. Please don't make me wait again. When will you say yes to me?
When will you say yes to me?
Tell me quando, quando, quando.
Tell me quando, quando, quando.
You mean happiness to me.
You mean happiness to me.
Oh my love, please tell me when. Every moment's a day.
Every moment's a day.
Every day seems alive.
Every day seems like a lifetime.
Let me show you the way to a joy beyond compare. I can't wait a moment more.
I can't wait a moment more.
Tell me quando, quando, quando.
Tell me quando, quando, quando.
Say it's me that you adore.
Say it's me that you adore.
And then, darling, tell me when. Every moment's a day.
Every moment's a day.
Every day seems a lifetime.
Every day seems like a lifetime.
Let me show you the way to a joy beyond compare. I can't wait a moment more.
I can wait a moment more.
Tell me quando, quando, quando.
Tell me quando, quando, quando.
Say it's me that you adore.
Say it's me that you adore.
And then, darling, tell me when. Darling, tell me when. Darling, tell me when. Tell me when. Your love He's lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. Now once I was downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend. But you came, he soon departed, and he never showed his face again. Yeah. Found you. You're that one in a million men, yeah. And when you wrap your loving arms around me, I can stand up and face the world again. Come on. Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. It sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, boy, I know I've done all I can. You see, I begged, stole, and I borrowed. Yeah, ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. 'Cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? No, I've paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No, ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. It's why I'm easy, woo. Easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do alright. I wanna be free, just me. Oh yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Oh. 'Cause I'm easy, yeah. Woo. Easy like Sunday morning, yeah. 'Cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. Yeah, I'm easy, yeah. Easy like Sunday morning.
Not only have you maintained the original integrity of these songs, but you have given them your own spin, and whatever magic you worked, it was just perfect.
Oh my gosh, you're making my day. Thank you very much. I have a co-producer. I produced the album, and my co-producer, Buddy Hyatt, he knows my passion for this music, and he took such great time picking the proper musicians. And, you know, it was really neat when you go into the studio with the musicians, they're the Nashville's finest players. They all got a kick out of playing these. You know, like the guitar lick on Easy was so, you know, everybody knows that guitar lick. And Brent Mason, of course, he's a master guitar player anyway. he took great pride in making sure it was exactly like Lionel's, and we went from a samba to a, Bonnie Raitt blues guitar slide kind of thing, and they had so much fun creating all these different sounds, and they were giggling and remembering, when they heard it first, and so I think everybody has that same uniqueness of wandering back in their memory and enjoying the process of this. It was super fun.
Absolutely. You are in the midst of some of the best musicians in the world. Um, Not only in country music, but a lot of these musicians have played on so many great rock and roll and R&B records over the years. They can do it so well, as evidenced by what you've got on this album.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, tell me about Me and Mr. Jones. I love this song. One of my favorites on this project.
Well, Billy Paul always had the best version in my thoughts. I loved his soulfulness of that. You could just see the whole scenario playing out when he sang that. But then years later, Michael Bublé had a great version of that. And I just thought it would be fun to have a female version of it. And I didn't know if anybody had ever done that. And maybe they have or haven't. I'm not sure. But I changed the Mr. to Mrs. and our Mrs. to Mr. And I think it worked out. It gives it a whole new vibe coming from a female, I think.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. You mentioned Michael Bublé. Didn't he also do a version of Quando Quando?
He sure did. He and Nelly
so.
Furtado.
Okay. That's right. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of the frame that we went with as well, as if I were playing Michael's role and TG was playing Nelly Furtado's role in a way. We switched places, and again, all of these songs, most of these songs were originally a man song. And I think when you put a female vocal into something, it really, like even with the song Drive, it changes the whole context of the song. When you have a female singing the words that you would think a man would be singing. So that was quite challenging, but I feel like we, hopefully have captured that.
He mentioned Brent Mason earlier, and he's all over this song, and let's give him something to talk about, Bonnie Raitt.
The sad part is the musicians are so great, it didn't take them very long to perform any of these. They did them like once, maybe twice in the studio, and I wasn't quite ready to give up yet. I'm like, no, you did it too perfect. Let's go do it again. Because I love the process of recording more than anything in the business, But again, they're so stellar. And every single musician on this project just had it down pat. And of course, them being already familiar with the songs made it even easier for them to do, So, it was breathtaking to watch. They're masters.
Oleta Adams, what a man, what a classic song this is.
Yeah, it brings up emotion, and I don't know if you've ever been in a position where you just couldn't get to the person you love quick enough. And with my relationship with my husband, he travels so much. I'm just like, please come home. It just brings up that passionate feeling of wishing you could be with your loved one. And I don't know, I had to have that on the album.
I believe it. It's a beautiful song. And All By Myself, I think this is a Kelly Lang's signature song. Your vocals are absolutely just jaw-dropping on this. I mean, it just...
You're so sweet. We had another song. I had actually recorded The Way We Were by Barbra Streisand.
Oh, yeah.
And I have that in the bank now. But
in the can.
In the can. Gigi and I went to go see Celine Dion and for my birthday before COVID struck. And, of course, I've always been a fan of hers. She's always such this monster vocalist, and I always felt like anything she would do would be way out of my league. But again, I just felt the need to challenge myself on this project and just step out of my square box and try to do some things a little bit more challenging. And so I'm sitting there. My album is complete, supposedly, and she starts into, when I was young, I never needed anyone. And the people in this huge Bridgestone Stadium started crying. I mean, literal tears. And then I started crying. And then she hits that big note at the end. And Scott, I can't even explain the emotions. Everybody was ugly crying at that point. And I thought, you know what? if that's touching this many people, that's the type of song I want to put on the album. But I was so scared. I was so scared to try it because none of these songs would I ever be trying to outdo or make them better than the originals. There's no way you can. It would have to be in a much lower register for me to sing her song, and it wouldn't have the same impact, I was concerned. But yet it adds a different element. I think it's warm, and it still gets, the lyrics are beautiful, and I think the musicians played beautifully on it. So hopefully somebody will have an ugly cry on my version too.
Well, let's play those songs, and you can just hear what we're talking about. This is beautiful music from Kelly Lang. The album is called Old Soul. KellyLang.net is the website, folks, and you can get this fantastic album. We're going to play some more of those songs. We got a few more tracks to talk about, and we're going to come back and talk to Kelly about those right after these great songs.
Me and Mr. Jones, we got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. Meet every day at the same cafe, 6:30, and no one knows we'll be there, holding hands, making all kinds of plans, while the jukebox plays our favorite songs. Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, we got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We gotta be extra careful we don't get our hopes up too high, 'cause he's got his own obligations, and so do I. Me and Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, we got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. When it's time for us to be leaving, it hurts so much inside. Now he'll go his way and I'll go mine, but tomorrow we'll meet at the same place, at the same time. Me and Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones. Woo! We gotta be extra careful and Mr. Jones. You can reach me by railway, you can reach me by travelway, you can reach me on an airplane, you can reach me with your mind. You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. You can reach me by sailboat, climb a tree and swing rope to rope, take a sled and slide down the slope into these arms of mine. You can jump on a speedy coat, cross the border in a blaze of hope. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. There are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. And if I had my way, surely you would be closer. I need you closer. There are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. And if I had my way, surely you would be closer. I need you closer. You can windsurf into my life, take me up on a carpet ride. You can make it in a big balloon, but you better make it soon. You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. Need you right here, right now. I need you right here, right now, right by my side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need you right here, right now. Yeah, yeah. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. people, I hear them whisper, you won't believe it. They think we're lovers, kept undercover. I just ignore it, but they keep saying we laugh just a little too loud. We stand just a little too close. We stand just a little too long. Maybe they're seeing something we don't, darling. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about, baby. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love? I feel so foolish, I never noticed you'd act so nervous. Could you be falling for me? It took a romance to make me wonder. Now I'm convinced I'm going under, thinking about you every day. I'm dreaming about you every night. I'm hoping that you feel the same way. Now that we know it, let's really show it, darling. Let's give them something to talk about. A little mystery to figure out, babe. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, talk about, baby. A little mystery to figure out. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love? Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about, baby. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, ooh, ooh. How about my love, love, love? When I was young, I never needed anyone, and making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known. When I dial the telephone, nobody's home. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Hard to be sure. Sometimes I feel so insecure, and love so distant and obscure remains a cure. Don't wanna be all by myself myself anymore. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. When I was young, I never needed anyone, and making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself all by myself. Don't wanna be. By myself anymore. By myself, I don't wanna be. By myself, don't wanna live all alone by myself anymore.
All right, brand new music from Kelly Lang, kellylang.net. Old Soul is the CD, folks. It's, man. Well, tell me about Every Breath You Take. Again, another song where we did a gender switch here, but it works so well for you.
Well, it's just great. It's a great song, you know, and there's a lot of songs that remind me of Every Breath, like I Ain't Missing You by John Waite. It just has a good groove to it, and it brings you back to a time in music that it was just playing constantly on the radio, and still does. You know, I heard it 2 times this week just out doing errands. And I just thought a female version of this would be a fun swap, because women can get jealous just like men can. And they could be watching their you know, loved one or whatever, whomever hurt them. So it's kind of stalker-like. I thought it was kind of a dangerous kind of song, but I loved cutting it. The musicians loved it too.
When that song came out back in, I think it was 1983, it was everywhere. You know, it was just everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. It still is, you know. So, and Sting's such an unusual artist, and Police did such a great job on it. And again, I don't even know if there's another female version of that. There may be. I don't know, but there won't be a country singer doing it.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, I applaud you. You did it extremely well, and I hope that Sting has a chance to hear it, because I'm sure he'll love it too.
Oh, you're sweet.
Back in 1967, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, one of the most iconic groups of all time, Frankie Valli made a major departure in his sound, and he added this huge horn section and did a just a totally different song than what they had been doing. And it's Can't Take My Eyes Off You. And this is one of those what I call upper echelon of songs. It's just one of those, just maybe a cut above all the rest. And I'm so glad you did this on this album.
Well, thank you. Again, my mom played Frankie Valli, constantly around the house. This truly is a tapestry of my childhood. And it's just songs that I didn't even have to look at the lyrics when I was recording them. They're in my heart. And the horns, and matter of fact, it was really funny. You had alluded to this earlier. The horn players were planning on doing their own sound, their own numbers and changes of the notes and stuff to make it different. And I'm like, oh, no, you can't. Oh, that's like rewriting the dictionary or something. Oh, you don't do that. I wanted it to be an honor of how cool those notes were. They were placed there for a reason, and I didn't want to mess them up, And I just think it's a fun song. And anytime I perform it, people always just snap their fingers or tap their feet with it, and they can't help but sing it with me, So it's been so much fun.
Yep, and I'm so glad that you did the full-blown horn section. That was kind of funny. Full-blown horn section. Okay. Don't quit your day job, right?
You're supposed to do them.
But you know what I mean? I've heard people kind of, for lack of a better term, wimp out, and they would use a synthesizer or something, and it just don't cut it. So I'm so glad you did the horns on here.
Yeah, Leaf Shires is my horn leader, and we had a blast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, another song, again, in that upper echelon of music, and this song has had a rebirth several times over the years, and the Righteous Brothers.
I always heard their version, of course, the Righteous Brothers, and then I was introduced to Kenny Rogers and Dottie West as a duet.
Yeah.
TG and I recorded it as a duet in a more country vein, but my very favorite version was always Elvis's because of the deep horns and it was very gritty and passionate. And so when we decided to record this song, I wanted to go back to Elvis's version, and weirdly enough, I sing in Elvis's exact key.
Is that right? No kidding.
It is so weird. For a female to sing that low is very unusual. And I was like, really? You can't, raise it a little? I'm embarrassed. But it turns out that I do sing in his exact key. And I'm so thrilled to say that Elvis Radio will be playing my version right up against Elvis's version. And I'm not looking for a rivalry or anybody to say anything to compare, but what a thrill that is, to have that support from them.
Oh, yeah. And folks, that's You've Lost That Love and Feeling. I don't think we mentioned the title, but that's one of those songs that needs no introduction when you hear it. There's no doubt about that. Well, let's go ahead and play those songs. We got one more to talk about, and I purposely saved this one until last, but we're going to play some more of this great music from Old Soul. It's kellylang.net, and we're going to talk about one more fabulous song with Kelly right after this. Stay with us.
Close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips, and there's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, I know you lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone. Whoa. no welcome look in your eyes when I reach for you. Oh, you're starting to criticize every little thing that I do. It makes me just feel like crying, baby. 'Cause baby, something beautiful's dying. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone. Whoa. Baby, baby, I get down on my knees for you. If you would only love me like you used to do, yeah. We had a love, a love you don't find every day. So don't take it away. Listen to me talking to ya. Bring back that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. Bring back that love and feeling. 'Cause it's gone, gone. And I can't go on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see? You belong to me. My poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you. Since you've gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see your face. I look around, but it's you I can't replace. I feel so cold and I long for your embrace. I keep crying, baby, baby, please. see you belong to me. My poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake. I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you. 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 You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare, there's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch, and I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray.
Well, the last song I want to talk about, this is a song that it's very special to me, and I know a lot of people have listened to this in very different contexts over the years, and it probably has a lot of different meaning for a lot of people. And Billy Vera and the Beaters had such a short shelf life of when they were really popular, but this song just absolutely blew it out of the park, and it's called At This Moment. Tell me about this wonderful song.
I can touchstone different little spots in my life, and when this song came out, those who might have gone through a breakup or somebody that they passionately loved and felt like they were going to spend the rest of their life with, the words are so powerful and so simple, and you can feel the raw emotion that he had when he wrote it. And again, a female version of that it's just a little bit different twist maybe. Sometimes men might not think the same way women do, but you'd be surprised, once it gets down to the nitty-gritty of emotion, a song can sure sum that all up. But I love the saxophone in this song, and I love the ability to go at a higher range and a very low range within the one song. And I've not performed this live yet, so I'm really anxious to see how this transpires on a show.
Well, Kelly, I know that we're obviously in strange times right now with everything going on, but what's on tap for you as far as promoting and working with this project?
Well, my ultimate goal, I'm hoping to be able to do a full-blown with band version, and hopefully we can send it out via social media for a live Facebook Live kind of show. Let people have their input within it, and I'm kind of working on that as we talk, as a matter of fact. That was an initial, before COVID even came about, because anytime I would do a CD release party, it was limited to whomever was right there in the audience. But, we've got the beautiful thing of social media being able to connect us all around the world, and hopefully more people will be able to hear these songs in the way that we recorded them. So that's a big thing for me. And, the new website being up, I'm going to be much more active on that. And I just, my hands are tied as far as live performances go per traveling. But, hopefully I'm learning a lot during this COVID that I didn't learn before. I'm learning to take better care of myself and take things a little bit slower. I realized I was doing too much and traveling too much to really, really enjoy life. So what you're seeing within this album is just pure joy.
That's wonderful. And that's one of the positive things I think that's coming out of this is that people kind of reevaluate their priorities, and sometimes you kind of have to get back to basics a little bit.
And that's what we've done, and that's what I hope to continue even after this whole mess, goes away. I'm hoping that the values that I realized that I had lost, I hope that I can maintain them, because my quality of life is so much better right now than it was before, because I was going too fast. I wasn't even stopping to smell the roses.
Well, I'm so happy for you, and thank you so much for all the wonderful things you are doing with social media. And I try to tune in whenever I can when you do the live things. I try to get on there, at least pop in and say hello, and I just love having that connection. And thank you so much for this beautiful project that you've put out, and I think you're going to touch a lot of lives. And
well, I want to compliment you, Scott. You are such a beautiful communicator, and you've given me the opportunity you've done your homework, and you've taken time to really listen to what's going on with this, and so many people don't. And I just want to thank you for the time you've put into this.
Well, that's what I like about artists like yourself, is that there is something very, very deep here, and that's to me what music is all about. And when you have an artist like you that really gets deep down and gets into this music, that's what it's about.
Wow. Mutual Admiration Society.
There we go. Well, please keep me posted if you end up doing the Facebook Live show, and we'll get with the powers that be, and we can simultaneously stream that on our Facebook page too for our listeners, because I know they would love that.
That would be great. That's what we're hoping for.
Great.
And thank you for your time today so much. And I'm sure TG's looking forward to his conversation with you too.
Oh, always looking forward to it. He is one of my, if not my favorite person to interview. I've had so many great conversations with him, and he's another person that I just feel so uplifted after I get to talk to him. And you've done that for me today too. Thank you.
You're sweet. He is the nicest person I've ever known, and we've been together almost 20 years now. He is so kind. I'm so glad you know that about him.
I do, and I think you are the same way, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me all this time today, and it's just a pleasure to be able to present this album to my listeners today. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Scott. Talk with you soon.
All right. KellyLang.net, and here is At This Moment. Beautiful song from the Old Soul album. Please get this at KellyLang.net.
What did you think I would do at this moment when you're standing before me with tears in your eyes, trying to tell me that you have found you another and you just don't love me no more? What did you think I would say at this moment when I'm faced with the knowledge that you just don't love me? Did you think I would curse you, say things to hurt you, 'cause you just don't love me no more? Did you think I could hate you or raise my hands to you? Come on, you know me too well. Darling, I love you, and you know I'd never hurt you. What do you think I would give at this moment if you'd stay? I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on, if I could just hold you again. Kiss the ground that you walk on, baby, if I could just hold you. If I could just hold you. If I could just hold you again.